Sodaron. I used to pronounce my name Sodaron, but Sodaron is what most people say. So Sodaron, here we are today. So one thing I'm testing out on the stream is I like to play music back here on my. I've got a Bose surround sound, and so I'm wondering, hey, does that show up on here? Because I can kind of hear. I think it's showing up through the background. So part of one reason we're trying this stream today is for that. You know, I could always like plug my phone, I guess, and test, which sounds kind of weird, but I could like pull up the stream on this on my phone and see how's the audio coming in, because I don't have an audio guy, I don't have a sound guy. I like EDM, and I'm listening to A State of Trance. I've got this new profile picture that I commissioned way back at the beginning of the year, and I've had to step away from the internet and all computer stuff for 5-6 months. Hey now, Leon, thank you for showing up. That's exactly what I look like right there. It's kind of the specifics of how I wanted it. It's cool. It seems to help draw in viewers. So that was some art I had commissioned way back. I didn't do it. I'm not good with digital art. I'm good with drawing and contemporary art, I call it. Paper, pencil, painting. As a matter of fact, this is a painting back here I did on the back of this thing here, which is this face I did that has 9 arrows pointing up. It was a painting, and then my ex-girlfriend stole it from me, so I guess she really liked it, but at least, hey, she has it, so at least I have it digitally, and so I thought, hey, it would make a really cool background. But this is Sodaron. This is what Sodaron looks like. Sodaron is a character from, well, I played EverQuest for like 20 years. Actually, more than 20 years is why I said the word like. And Sodaron was a dark elf wizard, so that's kind of been my online persona. So he is a dark elf wizard. The artwork's not done yet. He's still working on it, but I really liked it, so I thought I'd go ahead and use it because it looked better than what I've been using before. So Leon, what I was getting to is I have in the back of my room here, I have a Bose surround sound, and I have my music going on back there. So what I'm wondering is, when I stream, it's looking like it's picking up on the microphone. But can you guys hear that? Is it going to interfere if I have some music playing back here? Because it'll probably pick up a little bit. Maybe it'll be good background noise or something. It keeps me going when I'm gaming. You can't hear any music? Okay. Because I can see it picking up. Okay, maybe it's not picking up. See, I can hear it pretty well. So, okay, cool. That's what I wanted to know. Because music kind of helps keep me going when I'm gaming. I've got a pretty nice Bose surround sound over there, and in my little pad here, my Sodaron Studios, it's all hardwood floored here, and you can just like hear the beat bouncing off the walls. I don't know if the neighbors like it too well or not. They probably can't hear it. But okay, so I don't know how long this stream's gonna be. I may just do a little bit, then come back later. Starting to get my feet wet. I've said, oh, I'm gonna stream, and I didn't yesterday. If you go, I put out my platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitter. I also have a TikTok, but I've not messed with that. But please follow, like, subscribe my platforms, because we're trying to grow the Sodaron brand now. And I last explained in my video, which, hey, I put up the warm-up routine on YouTube, and it looks like I got it. From what I did and messed with, I got pretty good viewership on it, so I'm happy. So it makes me want to go out and put more content up. So, because that was just messing around what I did the other day. I mean, now I also see Trendamere is a top tier mid pick. I played one game today. I should have streamed it, but I'm also kind of like where I've been rusty for 5 months. Maybe I need to play a little bit before streaming just to make sure I can play because I've not done any PvP. But I did see that Riot put out a new champion, so I have a PBE account, PBE, that's hard to say. And I thought, hey, we'll check out Briar today. That'll be some good content. So we're checking out Briar. I don't know anything about Briar. So here we go. Champion Insight, Briar. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Leon? Am I too loud? Or is that good? Are the volume levels good? Are you still here? Okay. Just want to make sure I sound good. The other thing is I want to make sure the volume levels aren't too loud because I did, when I went back and listened to, because I do rewatch my content I put out, then I'm like, hey, I sound okay. I'm not that bad. I sound like I should keep doing this stuff. If I was horrible at it, I would have gave up a long time ago. But I'm like, hey, I sound pretty good. But it sounded like when I was playing in the game, the character voices and announcer voices were too loud. So I do need to put that stuff down a little bit. But anyways, okay, we're going to check out... And when I try to do this stream, I do like to do the streams where I have some type of premise where I can upload it to my YouTube and people watch it later because Twitch doesn't save your streams. After like 14 days, it deletes it. And so now if I had like a 6-hour stream of me just playing, there's really no point of putting it on YouTube. But if I have some type of premise, like, hey, we're checking out Briar, it should get people's interest and viewership because people out there don't have PBE accounts or they don't have time to go make one today, but they want to see Briar. So, hey, here we go. I think this is good content for today. So we're going to check out Briar. Now, I don't know how long the stream will go because I can stream for 12, 14 hours. I can play the game for 14 hours at a time. I may play for an hour, 2 hours. I don't know. I didn't eat dinner yet, so I may just mess around a little bit, then eat, then come back. But who knows? So we're going to check out Briar. I don't know anything about Briar. I know she's a female, so we're going to look at the content here. Champion Insight, Briar. Thirsty for blood, hungry for life. Welcome to Noxus, the home of ruthless warlords, expansionist dreams, and quite possibly your new best friend, at least, if she had it her way. Briar isn't your typical Noxian. Okay, so Briar, I guess, is related to Darius and Draven. She's Noxian. I don't know all the Noxians off the top of my head. But she's the evil faction? Okay, Swain, Scion. Want nothing more than to dominate their opponents. But killing things has always come easily to Briar. At least a little too easily. That's because she was made for it. Briar was created from hemomancy, aka blood magic, by the Black Rose to be a living weapon. She needs to consume blood to fuel herself. Well, she kind of sounds like a female Vladimir already. Which kind of reminds me, I'm going through here. Let me see. I need to buy Vladimir on here. Trendamere, Vladimir. Okay. I don't have all of the stuff unlocked. I have 2 PBE accounts for some reason, and this one I've not really messed with. I can't remember the name to my other PBE account. I mean, if I really needed to log into it. But I ended up just making another one. Okay. Well, back to... She sounds like Vladimir, like a female Vladimir so far. She needs to consume blood to fuel herself, so I guess she has some type of life tap ability, which my favorite champions have life tap. Aatrox, Trendemir. I've never been a big fan of Vladimir. I'm not into vampires and stuff, but I do like Vladimir's kit. I like self-healing, self-sustained champions. And boy, oh boy, does she like blood. The Black Rose made her sentient so that she could understand and execute orders, but there was one flaw. In order to kill her targets, the Black Rose kept Briar in a frenzied state. Well, who is the Black Rose? She was in a perpetual bloodthirsty rage. In this state of mind, Briar's intelligence and vocabulary basically dwindled down to, more blood! So she's a vampire? A hemomancer. She is a, what was the word again? Hemomancy. She really only went out on 2 missions, reveals narrative-led Max 2 Weevils Folkman. And both times she failed by the Black Rose's standards because she was uncontrollable. She actually killed too many other people. Uh-oh, Briar is very bloodthirsty and kills too many people, apparently. She actually killed too many other people. So Briar knows that she was a failed experiment. That's part of her burden now. She's redefining herself. Briar not only killed her targets, but anyone who stood in her path. For the calculated and discreet Black Rose, she proved to be more of a liability than an asset. Huh. Final art of the interior of the holding facility. Briar's cell is at the end of the hall. Oh, she was stuck in jail. Yeah, it's not fun to be stuck in jail. After Briar failed her first mission, the Black Rose put in her, how do I say that word? Pillory, until they knew her next target. And after failing that mission, she was captured by Swain's forces and confined to a cell in a holding facility. Needless to say, the pillory stays on. The device was locked by a hemolith, a gemstone with magical properties that helps restrain Briar and refocus her mind. Huh, I guess I just need a hemolith and all of my problems will be cured, says Riot Games. The pillory was meant to be a permanent fixture after she was confined to her cell. But after some time, Briar figured out how to loosen the hemolith and unlock the restraint. Lucky for those around her, Briar enjoys the presence of mind that the pillory brings. Man, this story is going to go on forever, isn't it? That's not that much longer. I guess I might as well keep reading since I went this far into it. Prior to being in the pillory, she was on autopilot with her sensations, especially with her hunger, explains narrative editor Elin Kulani Steimel. Her violence was essentially created to be part of her existence, and after having that pillory put on her, she realized that this device was sort of a cursing and a blessing. Yes, a cursing ha 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 ha, says Kulani. You can quote me on that. The final 3D model for Briar's pillory with the hemolith gemstone in the center that holds the halves together for now. So is she like Frankenstein, kind of? This is what keeps her restrained from wanting to kill everybody? She was no longer bound by her frenzy. Instead, she was bound by the pillory. She quickly learned to enjoy the mental clarity that restraint brought with it. With the combination of prison and pillory, Briar had time to reflect, but also to learn. Prison. Was she in jail or prison? Those are two different things, prison and jail. She internalized her cell guards' conversations, chatted with other captives in holding, and studied the strange insects that crawled into her cell. All of the outside influences revealed to her that were so much more to be discovered. She was finally able to mellow out and start processing what it means to think and have thoughts. Oh, well, I guess this chilled her out and kept her from her blood frenzy of wanting to kill everybody. Quality adds, her pillory brought to her a period of reflection and learning about identity and wanting an identity of her own. Briar already knew the identity she didn't want to have. She didn't want to be a mindless killing machine any longer. And she definitely didn't want to follow orders. Instead, Briar wanted to choose her own path, and she was eager to make up for lost time. She couldn't stay in the facility any longer. This is when we first encounter Briar, well on her way to bigger and better and bloodier things. But more importantly, ready to the experience of the world. Huh. I have not seen anything about Briar till today.
Soldier! She's got blood!
Hey now, guys. Hey now.
Oh, you're escaping
Is this loud enough or is this too loud?
Phew, I'm glad you know the way out.
I'm sure you've all... I'm going to
She's
assume
been
you guys
fed.
have seen
On your
all
guard.
our cinematics already,
Escape,
but I have
buddy.
not. Oh, look, she is restrained. She can't move.
That's my friend! And you're food!
Is that when she ults? Great.
Wasn't that fun?
Oh, she's not hungry anymore.
Huh.
Oh, I'm guessing that's her normal and she ults when her whatever it's called is gone. Pillory? Pillory. Huh. Well, in her champion reveal, we meet an eager, bright-eyed Briar who becomes friends with the first person she sees, at least in her mind. Companionship and the occasional warm pint of blood are the motivations that keep Briar going. And they're also what bring her back from her frenzy. Nowadays, she'll only break out of the device when she absolutely needs to. A blessing for her, but a cursing for her opponents. Overall, Briar was a balancing act to create. The team wanted to build Briar around a loss of control, but they still need to preserve a sense of autonomy. They knew she would be a champion with flaws, but not a victim. Naive, but not childish. A woman, but not sexualized. Enthusiastic about life, but not annoying. Wow, can you believe Riot could come up with such a creative thing? Briar has all the confidence of a fresh college graduate with the same penchant for awkward humor. Plus, she can shred you to pieces. Yeah, she kind of sounds like any normal female I've met that's just hungry and needs fed. And she's beginning to discover her power and place in Runeterra. Huh. Briar's personality starts to come through in early movement studies. Wow, Riot put a lot of time into her and creating her. Aren't we all excited? I'm going to run out and purchase. I'm going to pre-order her right now. Much of that power and personality was brought to life through her voice actor, Julie Nathanson. We felt so much better when we found Julie as our actor, Two Weevil says. She was so great for giving us different kinds of reads for every line. It was actually hard to choose sometimes which ones we should pick for the game. She helped us find the perfect balance with Briar's newfound personality and her frenzied state. The VO team collaborates closely with the NA voice actor to help inform how they finalize the character, both in writing and performance. That performance also serves to influence how other regions finalize the character around the world. Finally, being able to hear the clear delineation between the blood-crazed Briar and her strained personality in Julie's performance was a big sigh of relief, and it lined up perfectly with her gameplay. Huh. Can you believe it? Unholy Diver. See, I don't know what Briar is. Is she... I watched LS play her for like a minute earlier. Is she like a rogue, like kind of like Shaco? She kind of looks like a rogue. I'm guessing she has... I don't know anything about her kit yet. I'm guessing she has self-sustained if she's got blood or bloodlust or whatever. I don't know anything about the last champion, Neferi. And I don't know anything about Milo. So this is my... Let's see. Then who was the last champion before that? I have to think about that one for a minute. Who was before Milo? Oh, Cassante. So my last new champion was Cassante. That I know about, read about. I don't think I read his stuff, but I mean, I have Cassante. A willful loss of control was part of Briar's kit from the very beginning. The design team actually had this mechanic in their arsenal after work on another recent champ with a nose for blood, Neferi. Well, alright, they released both of them back to back. Good job, Riot. Glenn Riot twin Enzo Anderson was working on Neferi when he came up with Briar's W, her frenzy. Lead game designer August Browning reveals. You'd lose control and go rip somebody apart. That felt good for a dog champ, but it didn't feel like an assassin. Oh, see, so they made her an assassin. Which is what Neferi was always meant to be. Assassins want to kill their targets as fast. Oh, so Neferi's an assassin. As fast as possible. A frenzied state needs some time to feel correct. So if frenzy is bad for an assassin, how about putting it on a champion who was canonically bad at... Riot kind of invents words up, you know, in their lore. They make stuff up. Giga Brain move. August and the team wanted Briar to be a diver and berserker, so she's gonna be like Trendemir, huh? They took inspiration from the vampires of Eastern Europe folklore, not the sly, cunning, westernized vampires who chill in their castles sipping on blood wine. With Briar's gameplay, they wanted to capture the essence of the monstrous, terrifying blood hunters who ravage entire villages when they're in need of sustenance. Yes, sounds like great people. So they got to work on developing a kit that brought this frenzied fantasy to life. Huh. Well, she sure looks like she goes frenzied when she loses her restraint. Is my chat still with me? Shrek. From the beginning, she had a bleed, she had her berserk frenzy, and she had her targeted stun. Viego. Or like Trendemir, kind of. Viego. So those have all been present for a long time, but her E, her ultimate, and parts of her passive came later. With Briar's E, the team quickly realized she needed some kind of off button for her W blood frenzy, so that she had some more control over her fights. That way, every time a player popped her W, she wasn't obligated to commit to the full rampage and overextend. Briar also needs to feed, as she has no passive health regen. Well, okay, isn't Belveth kind of like this too? She only heals when she does damage or consumes blood to minions. Oh, yeah, like Trendemir. Or champions. The lower Briar's HP, the hangrier she gets, so watch out. A little bit like Renekton. Because that also means her self-healing is increased. So I know I'll like Briar because those are the type of, I said in the beginning of my thing, those are the champions. My favorite ones are Trendemir, Aatrox, Renekton. Haven't played him forever, but Nasus I kind of liked back in the day. Champions that heal. Vladimir, I've never been a huge fan of him. I've always thought he was kind of cheap to have a mage that has lifesteal on him, but that's really what that goes into the Sodaron thing anyways, because originally Sodaron, before he was remade into a wizard on EQ, on EverQuest, first rendition of Sodaron, he was a Dark Elf Necromancer. Which in EverQuest, my favorite class to play is Necromancer. Because they're a mage that self-heals. They have a life tap that does damage. So, and they've got dots, they call them. Damage over time, which isn't like a nuke, where a nuke is a DD. You hit a button, bam, it does a bunch of damage. A dot does damage over time. Like, think Malzahar damage. Well, the Necromancer in EverQuest heals with his damage over time and with life taps and stuff. So all of his damage heals him back. But he's really squishy. But he also has feigned death, which keeps him from... He can be fighting a monster, feign death, pretend he dies, and the monster loses aggro and runs away. Kind of a mechanic I'd like to see in this game. But anyways, with Briar, where was I? And for Briar's ultimate, the lower Briar's HP, the hangrier she gets. So watch out, because that also means her self-healing is increased. And for Briar's ultimate, the team experimented with a couple wildly different ideas. There were multiple versions where she would mark a target and just go on a rampage and tunnel vision on that target. But there was also another iteration that the team was very excited about. At one point, she had a revive, similar to old Aatrox. Well, yeah, you took it away from him because you thought it was OP, so why would you give another champion revive? August says, smiling, it was on her ultimate. When it was off cooldown, if you died, you would suck blood from everybody around you, and she'd revive with a lot of health. But it also had an active use. The active was that she killed herself. She would do 1 million true damage to herself, but then obviously trigger the passive to resurrect and drain everybody near you. As you might imagine, a champ who moves like a bat out of hell, heals herself in a frenzied state, has targeted stuns, I mean, Belveth is kind of like this, and does healthy damage, probably also doesn't need to be fully revived once she's finally killed. So thankfully, Briar's suicide self-revive wombo combo was quickly removed. Briar popping out her Pillory's Hemolith and kicking it at an opponent in an early animation study for her ult. Well, how much further we got to read? Okay, we're getting there. Man, it just keeps going on and on and on. But hey, I'm reading this for you kids because I know you won't read this stuff. You just kind of scroll through and go, yeah, cool. And look at the pictures. Hi, Leon. Oh. Okay. It's giving sweet but deadly. Along with her backstory and some solid gameplay mechanics, a lot of careful thought went into Briar's visual representation in the game. On a side note, did LS take the time to read this stuff to his fans? Lead concept artist Sonny Kindlejack Pandita worked hard to insert the right balance of Briar's personality and gameplay into her look. Well, what is the right balance of Briar's personality and gameplay, and how did they find it? We knew Briar was going to have some kind of dark side that would be let out when she chose to, explains Kindlejack. We needed to visually communicate this idea of the game's design, the idea of holding back powerful monstrous nature, so we zeroed in on the concept of a physical restraint. And pretty early on, Jim Lone Wingy Limb actually did the first sketch of her in a pillory. Whatever a pillory is. It's like, it kind of looks like the thing that when you get your head chopped off, they put you in like this and your head's stuck in it. Is that what a pillory is? Let's look this up. Did Riot invent this word, or is it something that already exists? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. A pillory. That's it right there. Riot didn't. It wouldn't surprise me if Riot invented this word. They probably invented Himmelith, which they said is a magical gem that's on top of her pillory. You might as well make her pillory magical and make it talk too. We needed to visually communicate, blah 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 blah. Oh, we believed in that idea. She looked comfortable in her restraint, which immediately creates curiosity. Yeah, she kind of looks weird that she's in that. Like, the more I'm thinking into this character, I'm like, that kind of sounds stupid. And when I get in a game, I probably won't even notice what it is. So it's like a vampire that's like imprisoned in a wooden thing that they're locked in, but they're okay with it. Imprisoned vampire who can turn blood to bladed weapons. She cannot use her hands, so she chewed her ankles to create blood blade and use her feet to fight. Huh. Let me read that again. Briar is an imprisoned vampire who can turn blood into bladed weapons. Did you guys know that? Did you know? Blood. So, she cannot use her hands, so she chewed her ankles to create blood, blade, and use her feet to fight. Oh, okay. Well, Kindlejack took the idea of the pillory and ran with it. He added some thoughtful yet subtle shape language to the device to reflect the brutalist design theme of Noxious. Okay, again, I haven't seen the champion reveal, which we'll do next before we go in game here, because, hey, look at me. We're gonna go try her out. Might as well try her against Vladimir, right? Please, Riot, add all of the bots on here, all champions. I should be able to pick every champion, like Aatrox and whoever's missing out of this list. There's only a certain set amount of champions you have as bots. You need to fix that. Thank you. The general design of her restraint has these sort of nails and spikes pointing into the middle toward her head, Kindlejack explains. I really wanted to create a visual design that communicated the metaphor of keeping her mind under control. It was sort of inspired by those diamond-tipped head braces that you get when you have neck surgery or something. Huh. They're literally drilled into your head, but for Briar, it's not quite as gruesome as all that. While Briar might come from slightly gruesome origins, she is by no means a dark, sad champion. She kind of looks like a dark elf to me. Just saying. I mean, if I'm Sodaron, I'm all about dark elves. I want to be an elf that can see in the dark. Why wouldn't I want to be one? My friends have purple and blue skin. Because she's a very complex character, Kendall Jax. Aren't they all complex? The way that I wanted to visually communicate her personality is thus her face and expression show a lot of her eagerness and excitement, but her feet and stance communicate her hesitance and trepidation on entering the human world. I can't see, she's gonna only fight with her feet is all I can see until she ults. And that's kind of silly, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. And then her hands, restrained at the wrists, showed her inner hunger. At first glance, these details might not be something that you pick up on consciously, but on further study it becomes clear that the position of her claw-like hands, pigeon-toed feet, and eccentric face are all working to communicate the main beats of her character. She's a crazy vampire locked up for a lust for blood, using her feet and can turn blood into blades. Her blood are weapons. Her blood is weapons. Or something like that. But the visual metaphors didn't stop there. Kendall Jack played with Briar's vampire inspiration in her eyes and even in her silhouette. Again, she kind of looks like a dark elf to me. She looks like my type of woman. I did see Shocks earlier say on Twitter, like, this would be her if she was a champion, so, you know. It's like I said, she's kind of like when a female gets hungry, that they're really mean. So are men. Men are that way too, so it's a good analogy. I don't want to get myself in trouble and say offensive things, of course. I mean, we're skirting the line of a lot of things. For her eyes, I was referencing real-world medical photos of cataracts because I wanted her eyes to give you the sense of the full moon. It's a vampiric thing, sure, but also the romance of the full moon is generally a gothic thing. She's got these kind of milky white opaque eyes that look at you the way the moon looks at us as it follows us home. I wonder if he's ever walked home and looked up at the moon. It's kind of subtle, but with Briar's shape, I wanted to give her thicker legs. See, when I think of the moon, I think of the thing that pulls the ocean waves, the water in the world and stuff. And there's something about women are in cycle with the moon, too. I'll keep going. I wanted to give her thicker legs and bottom half with a more petite upper body. The idea here is that if she's actually made from blood magic or living blood... Oh yeah, that's right. She was made from hemomancy. She should be a little bit more bottom heavy, like an IV bag or the shape of a droplet of blood. Even the ombre in her hair is a nod to the fact that Briar probably isn't the most tidy eater. No, when she feeds, her hair dangles into the pool of blood surrounding her meal. Yeah, I doubt she cares about her hairdo when she's hungry and eating. Of course, I'm sure she's hungry all the time. I can't see how she's nice and, like, she's skinny and must be hungry all the time. But if we're being honest, it gives her a fresh look, just in time for fall. Yeah, it's probably to sell Halloween skins too, right? And it absolutely slays, literally. Briar is about unapologetically being yourself, Kendall Jack adds. She's not embarrassed or afraid of her nature, but she knows she can be more. She's a character for people who want to cut loose, go all in, and have a laugh while playing a game of League. Well, God knows there's not too many of those out there. They take this game too serious, don't they? Alright, well, let's look at the Briar Champion reveal. Oh, there. Where's the official Freak Briar champ? Where is that? Does he even... Is there not a champion spotlight? Oh, it's maybe I typed it wrong because I'm so old and forget. Where's the Freak champion spotlight? Or maybe it's not out yet, huh? I guess that's what it is. It's not out. There's no spotlight for this. Briar's abilities explained. Well, let's take a... I guess there's not a champion spotlight of this yet, but like, hey, let's see what the abilities are, shall we? Oh, who cares? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna test her out. That's what we're here for, guys. Watch her not be... I was about to say, watch her not be on here. There she is. Now, I'm guessing she's like... this. She definitely would want Bloodline, right? Might as well give her a taste of blood. She'd love that, right? Yeah, I picked Vladimir. Alright, what do you guys think? Is it too loud, by the way? Let me see here. Music. I gotta figure out how to run this better.
Nice to meet you. I'm hungry. I mean, Briar.
Briar, off-screen pings. Okay, this is, wow, the server ping here is 75. Wow, I get 20 on the other server. I think it's out in LA though. So sound. What was the one I was talking? Oh, voice volume.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Here, Dad. Nom, 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 nom.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Is this like too loud? If you turn down desktop audio, it will turn it down. Okay, which one's here? This? Turn this one down. I don't know what desktop audio goes to is my problem. Yeah, I can turn the quiet.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah. Is that better? Keep going down. Your desktop audio is all the sound that comes from. Oh, okay. Do you want it down even more?
Let's see.
Oh no, I don't want to go AFK.
Climb a tree,
Oh.
learn the Noxian anthem, kill
I'll
my
keep...
enemies.
Look, I'm listening to you guys.
Make a baby laugh.
You want a Doran's blade? Is it still really loud? Okay, I don't need all. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe that's what's... Maybe that's what's making it so loud. How do I just get rid of this? Delete? See, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I feel dumb, but I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't know any of this stuff. Just mute, yeah, I mute the second one. Now turn this down even more.
First blood.
Oh no, I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, that... Thank you. I really don't know this stuff, guys. Like, I don't know. And I don't really care to learn the obs. Like, I need to hire a sound man like Pizza and a video guy to help me run this stuff. That's part of why I don't stream. I sit here before I stream and go, oh, I don't want to deal with this, and I'm gonna say bad words, so I'm not gonna get vulgar, but I sit here and I'm like, oh, I don't want to, like, I stress out about, is this too loud here? Is the game too loud? You see, I got all these audio mixer stuff. I don't know what they do, and I don't care and want to learn that stuff because I just want to focus on the game stuff. I'm not a sound guy and all that, and so sometimes I don't stream because I'm literally sitting here stressing about this stuff, and I can't thank you enough for showing up and helping with that, because if you guys didn't, Pizza and Leon, and there's some other guys out there, this stream would never get going, because this is what's holding me back, is the stupid little details like this, or I'm worried about, well, how does it sound out there to the people listening? Because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff. So anyways, head rush. Briar leaps to a target, stunning them for 8.85 seconds and reducing their armor. Wow, for 10% armor for 5 seconds. I'm guessing her passive. Briar's attacks and abilities apply a bleed for 5 seconds, stacking up to 9 times. The bleed deals 19 to 57 damage based on stacks and heals Briar for 25% of the pre-mitigation damage. Briar gains up to 50% increased healing based on her missing. She has no base, blah blah blah. Her abilities cost 6% for current health to cast. Okay, so she is like Vladimir. Briar leaps and enters a blood frenzy, self-taunting the nearest enemies. While in blood frenzy, she gains 60% attack speed and move speed. E, chilling scream. Oh, I didn't read all that. And her attacks deal 47 damage to enemies surrounding her target. Briar can recast this ability to empower her next attack. It deals 87 damage plus 11% missing health damage and heals Briar for 30% of the ability. Well, what is the cooldown timing? 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. 13, 12, 11, 10, and 9. Heal ratio. Chilling Scream. Begin charging. Briar removes Blood Frenzy. It gathers energy, gaining 35% damage reduction and restoring 90 health over 1 second. That's kind of like Belvis thing too. Release. Briar unleashes a scream that deals up to 93 magic damage based on time charged and slows by 80% for half a second. When fully charged, the scream knocks back enemies. So her E slows, knocks back enemies, and stuns them. Certain death. Well, I guess I'll do the Q. And the W. Well, the game was telling me to do... Okay, so her E or her Q makes her jump. Well, that's cool. That knocks back and stuns and slows. Okay, that's her frenzy. That's kind of annoying. Huh. My face when I see Briar's. Yeah, thank you, Pizza. That letting me know the desktop audio. See, I worried that the mic was also cut into the desktop audio, but it does make sense because the mic's on a separate channel. But see, there's a lot to worry about when you're doing this, and you start stressing about just simple stuff like that. Stride breaker. Why not gore drinker?
Ears have a nice mouthfeel. Very cute.
Okay, so Briar's ult. Briar kicks her Pillary's Himmelith gemstone and flies to the location of the first champion it marks, marking them as her prey. So I guess it's gonna mark whatever champion.
No. Yes. Yes.
On landing, she deals 178 physical damage to everything nearby and causes enemies who are not her prey to flee for 1.5 seconds. She then enters an empowered blood frenzy and will pursue her prey until death. During this time, she gains 19 armor and magic resist, 10% lifesteal, and an additional 10% moves. There's a lot to her kit, is all I'll say. What's up, JD? You alright? Huh? What happens when I frenzy? Yeah, I went into that huge minion wave there. Looks like an anime character from there, the profile icon. What is it, buddy? You alright?
Still hungry.
The dog's like, I want to help steer. Here, JD. Welcome to the stream, JD. Hi, everybody. I'm JD. There you go.
Feels like my
We're just trying out Briar, JD. Nothing exciting. I mean, a lot of kids out there want to try her out that don't have PBE accounts. Okay. So I'm gonna test her ult here. Is it gonna hit him? It said the first... Nope. I figured it might mark... It says something about marking the first champion, but it didn't work like I thought it would. I'm doing amazing, guys, with my 8 CS.
Nature. Let's compare things.
What do you guys in chat think about Briar? Please give me your opinions, because then I'll have something to talk about. How is your dog? Sodaron, JD's doing better. He's been in better health lately. Because on one of my streams or something, he literally passed out or had, I don't know what happened to him. Small seizure or passed out or something. He hasn't done that lately. He is going to be 14 years old in December. He's having a little bit of trouble with his eyes. He needs eye drops. He gets this gunk in his eyes. But for the most part, he's healthy. I mean, he's right here on my lap. But he appreciates your concern, Leon. JD, you have somebody in chat asking about you and your well-being. That's much better than the treatment I get.
I might be a
people just badmouth me on Twitter and think I'm a moron, and I've only been doing this and watching this game for like 11 years, plus games before that. But it's okay. Maybe, guys, I should have been exciting and just went right into solo queue games, but this is how I figure out new champions and stuff. I do this practice tool thing to figure their kits out before I go into a PvP game and waste my day. I mean, it's might not be as exciting, but here in a day or two, we'll go wreck people in solo queue with this champion. Trying to figure out how her kit works. Frenzy, does that work on that? I'm guessing she's a jungler.
Turret plating will soon fall.
When people talk about their first language, why isn't Italian an option?
So her ult.
Isn't this fun?
I guess she's gonna like kill somebody whenever she gets some marker ult. Yeah, I messed that up. She goes berserk. Trying to remember exactly what the berserk mechanic does, because it's like what Renekton Glass has. Who's been mouthing you? Oh, people don't bad mouth you. Oh, apparently you can't criticize casters online. They get upset and butthurt about it. That's all. So let's just say, like, you've been watching a broadcast for loyally for 11 years. Like, you tune in and watch that for 11 years. Then you get some young kid that comes on a year ago and has a year of experience on it. I would kind of value the person that's been watching it for 11 years and be thankful if they're literally watching it and tuning into it, everything for 11 years. Now, a lot of viewers I don't think watch it like I have, like on a ridiculous level where I'm sitting and watching the whole broadcast, because most people put a like LCK on or LEC on their TV, but they're not really paying attention to it. They're talking to their families, their girlfriends, their kids, whatever. I've not had that life. I've kind of had a loser life where I've had nothing to do, so I devote my whole time to that. And it's nothing to brag about, but I'm just saying I would value somebody that's tuned into that every year for 11 years, but there's just a lot of people who don't care about that and don't have any respect. They're just like, oh, 11 years, that's great.
It's not choosing a choice.
When there's, you know, I say rarely viewership like that, in my opinion. I'm being very, very vague about what I'm talking about. I'm also looking at Briar's legs, because I mean she's kind of a weird champion here where she can't use her arms. She only uses her legs. It'd be nice if she had like a Lee Sin kick. I guess she does. The chick that Lee Sin kicks. I think about it when she cues.
Who gets first?
Your turret has been destroyed.
So I don't know. I don't know if I can catch up to Vladimir in this game or not. Really, again, just like messing with the kit, trying to see how it works.
Everyone's got a pillory of their own. Mine's just on the outside.
I don't know if I should leave or stay, guys. I guess I'll try to win this. Oh man. Internet. Oh, I'm not worried about it. No, I'm saying that I gave my opinion on something and somebody like starts kind of being stupid towards me, trying to put me in my place, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Somebody with credentials. But I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Wow! Dying really clears up the sinuses.
I mean, all I did was make a tweet about something and it got a cat. I went on YouTube. I've been away for 5 years, or 5 months, and I go on the internet last night and give my opinion about some of the broadcasting because I haven't watched LCK for 5 months, and I'm watching the broadcast and I just kind of tweet out my opinion, and I've got one of the casters like kind of, I don't know if he's trying to be mean or what. I think he's pissed that I apparently bad-mouthed the caster, but I wasn't bad-mouthing the caster. I was just being honest that they weren't very professional at the beginning of the year and in the fall and all of that. Maybe they've since changed since I've last watched the stuff. I don't really care either way. Maybe they'll have a job next year. Maybe they won't. Who knows? It really doesn't bother me. I was just amazed that I put a tweet out and I got somebody like with credentials trying to start stuff. But oh well. I think they were just defending their co-worker or something, which is funny because like a year ago they didn't. I don't think they really liked the person. But who knows? But again, I'm being very vague, and it doesn't matter. I'm just talking.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh, I did it! I failed the same way everyone else does.
You guys think I can get Vladimir? One of the reasons I can't get Vladimir is the wave I get stuck in every time. It's not Vladimir. No, I'm just gonna give up on this one. I'll just start it all over. I'm gonna surrender. Leave. The internet. Yeah, like, well, that's another thing is I don't take the internet serious. So this person took my tweet completely serious when... And maybe I need to be maybe more professional about my Twitter, I guess. Because I try to be very professional on my stream and stuff that I do. Now, my Twitter, I don't know. I still take it, whatever. I take it professionally. They were saying that this professional person that has credentials that's a caster was saying that I was being unprofessional by bad-mouthing his colleague, when all I said was his colleague was kind of very unprofessional back in last winter and spring during the LCK Challenger stuff. not like the LCK broadcast, but they would do these LCK Challenger broadcasts that nobody should really watch the way the casters would treat it, like it was a joke or something, right? But when you have LCK Challenger, the competition level of the players and games is still above LCS, still above, maybe even on par with LEC. That's how evolved and much higher the tier of play and just everything in Korea is to the other regions. So it was just crazy that you had these LCK Challenger broadcasts and you had high-level games. Like, they were better than the games that you see in LCS. They were better than the LEC games that you see. They were on par with the LPL, you know, and they're just treating them like they're a joke or something. It was just kind of funny. That's all. But that's how advanced LCK is. So sadly, they have this whole Challenger series, and nobody shows up to watch it. The games and the competition level is really high, where it should have all kinds of fans wanting to watch it because the games are that good, but they don't have any viewers. They don't have any fans in the actual studio. They just have the kids' parents there to support, and that's it. So the casters themselves wouldn't take it professionally and weren't serious. And I was just making a comment about that, and here I get bad-mouthed and I'm unprofessional and all this. So it is what it is. Any solo queue day. Yeah, I mean, I could go play some solo queue. I'm gonna try this another game of what's her name here again? Briar. Who do I want to play against? Oh, let's play against Renekton. He has self-sustain. Wonder if press the attack, lethal tempo. I want to take Briar out. I'll probably play some PBE.
I'm hungry.
PBE from here on. What is her skin? Street Demons Briar. Boy, she looks very hungry, doesn't she? Alright. Blade of the Rune King, Stride Breaker. Are you alright, JD? Am I talking too loud? Doran's Blade. And we'll just teleport down here. We're saving time.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So this champion's weird because her arms are tied up. She can only use her feet.
Minions have spawned.
She's got a nice smile. She can dance.
I'm not just a living weapon. I can do this.
She can walk on her hands.
This too. Nom, 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 nom.
She can do the Homer Simpson thing where she runs in a circle on the ground.
Remember, you can choose. You need to come right away. You
You can probably get up here and trade, and then say get back out of the wave. Oh, that stuns. I didn't know that. A few stuns when she lands on you. Renekton bot might kill me.
The hunger of death.
Oh, he don't like that.
Ears have a nice mouthfeel. Very chewy.
Did a lot of minion damage there, though.
Everyone's got a pillory of their own. I'm just on the outside.
Still don't get her W, if it confuses me. It does a lot of things.
My teeth are bored.
Maybe you guys understand it more than I do.
Free myself from control.
Ace.
She's pretty OP, huh?
Could have used some more self-control. Like me.
She's basically got 3 stuns because the Berserk is like a fear mechanic, right? And then her E's got a stun, and then her Q has a stun on it.
Listen up.
But her hands are tied. Sorry guys, I'm a slow learner. It takes me forever to learn new champions, apparently. He's not OP'd at all.
Dang it. Forgot to ask if I could have their blood. Aw, my hair's clean already, and I'm fresh out of blood. Isn't this fun? Killing's different now. Like food I can't.
Well, thoughts on Briar, guys? See, I got 2,300 gold. What to buy now?
Food doesn't have to be blood? Huh. Moving on 4 limbs was so much
Ah, I missed that minion. Darn. I would say she's probably a really good jungler if the way that Berserk mechanic works. Alright, JD?
I might be a weapon, but now only I wield it.
Alright. Okay. Seems to be healing up a lot on our basic auto attacks. Probably, maybe the E's the one I should max first.
No. Yes. Yes.
Alright, well, let's go back and get some more items.
Can everybody do this?
I've already mastered Briar. Look at me. I'm already what? 4-0 and 60 CS. Then I can go play some PBE or PvP and be like, first time Briar.
It is not polite.
And I'd like to buy an item. Okay, so how does this work again? The W. Briar leaps and enters a blood frenzy, self-taunting to the nearest enemy for 5 seconds. Wow, that's a long period. Prioritizing champions. While in blood frenzy, she gains 75% attack speed. Yeah, I'd say Lethal Tipple is probably the best one there. And 33% move speed. She can recast this. Oh.
If I can taste
I got Renekton's ult down. Now I can use my ult.
my stomach's louder than my mouth.
She stuns when she Qs.
Let's go again. Fighting's allowed.
You alright, bud? What's wrong?
Horses mouths water because they're crying for food.
Like, Sodaron is loud.
Now that I think about it, fighters are honest, but it's the liars who start.
Buy my Blade of the Rune King. Look at me, guys. My hands are all tied. You'd love to have a girlfriend that her hands are tied and she can only use her feet? That would be nice, right?
When people talk about their first language, why isn't body language an option?
Maybe I should just like start having that.
Nature's more out of control than I am.
God, I have my.
And I squeeze blood from a You like fighting too?
Oh, oh man.
Is life the hunger of death?
Gap distance on that. It heals her when you hit.
Mine's just on the outside.
Berserk got me on that one. It pulls you to the target and you can't do anything about it for 5 seconds. Maybe it's not. Self-taunting to the nearest.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Still trying to figure that mechanic out.
Aw, my hair's fading already? And I'm fresh out of blood.
There. That worked a lot better that way because I hit the frenzy and it pulled me towards a minion away from Renekton.
Your team has destroyed the turret.
Ears have a nice mouthfeel.
Yeah, I like this
Very
champion.
soothing. Last time I licked a Gronk,
See how it healed me up? When you hit the W again, it heals her up 50% of the damage she deals while she's in that. So it's Blood Frenzy / Snack Attack.
but now only
I wasn't reading this stuff out to you guys very well, and I apologize.
moving on forward.
That. Just gotta do her combo. Oh, you want a piece of this, Renekton? Alright.
Could've used some more self-control. Like me! I'll savor this.
Yeah, I like her kit. By the way, I like Briar's kit.
I wanna see you
Camping.
lose control.
I don't know what Renekton was doing. It was like he was stunned for a really long period of time, but... Well, I should probably go back and buy some more items, huh? Probably gonna eat some food. Then hopefully come back and stream some PvP. Might have to start a cooking stream. I've been putting my food up on Instagram and Twitter because I think I'm a pretty decent cook. Wait.
Your team has destroyed the turret.
But I made some mushroom vegetarian tofu Korean ramen soup last night. I made so much of it I got some extra left over, so probably gonna heat some of that up. Eat some food before I play. Because PvP can be very frustrating.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Not good to eat or not play on an empty stomach, huh? Alright, tower, I guess. What do you mean? Yes, maybe Spirit Visage might be good on him. It's a better, some more self-healing. Somebody's gonna be like, that increasing all healing.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I saw her use her hands. Is that when she gets out of that thing?
My stomach's louder than my mouth.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh no, she's using weapons. She's got her blood weapons when she does her W. That's what it is. Only when she ults. Or she never gets out of that thing, I guess. She's always got her hands tied. Where did Renekton bot go? Did he give up? Is he like, oh, Briar's too OP, I'm just giving up. I guess that's what happened.
Victory!
She looks a lot like Soraka, right? Well, there's Briar stream. I wanted to get on the Sodaron Soda stream here and at least show you Briar. What's that you got playing in the background? Back there, that's Armin van Buren. Check him out at a state of this guy right here. He puts out great music. If you're from Europe, you probably know about him. If you're from America, you don't. Armin van Buren. He's got a show called A State of Trance that he puts out every week. And there's... They're up to episode 1,136. So he has 1,136 episodes of A State of Trance, and it's got new music every week, new mixes of EDM. It's trance or progressive trance, whatever you call it. So he's a big one that I listen to. I like him. I like Above and Beyond. I listen to their stuff they put out every week. They're another good one. I'm a big fan of DJ Tiesto. He's got one called Club Life he puts out every week. Then there's another guy named Martin Garrix. He's another good one I like. He puts out another one every week too. I can't find his new ones for some reason, but they're Martin Garrix Radio. He's a good one. But I got into EDM and trance from this guy here, DJ Tiesto. He's famous over in Europe. I guess worldwide he's famous. Like, let's see. I need to go to this live because look at this set he has this year. It's not him, it's the whole festival. Goddess, I guess? Like, imagine going to that trance. Now, I don't promote drugs or anything like that, but those people probably think this stuff's pretty crazy here. I want to go to this festival. It has like this animatronic goddess, I guess, behind it. It's really cool looking. Back here, Armin van Buren playing on my TV. I'm going to get up and eat some dinner and walk away for a bit, take a break, and I'm going to try it. Hopefully, now, I don't want to lie to you. I don't know if I'll be back or not. My intent is to come back and stream some PvP games. So I'm going to do this, upload this to my channel since we're messing with Briar. Tell your friends, hey, come look at Sodaron's channel today because he's done Briar, because I know that will draw viewership when there's new champions and a lot of people don't have access to the new champions. So we tried out. Does she even have a spotlight yet? Like, she was just revealed. I think they just brought her out on the PBE server today. So I got a cool Ninja Turtle shirt on. I'll show off. Watch out, JD. I wanted a shirt with Shredder and Krang on it for years, and I finally got one. I don't know if you guys like Ninja Turtles or not, but so I had to wear it on stream today. I love that it has the Krang and Shredder. And it has Bebop and Rocksteady, too. I don't like that it says Bad Boys. I think that's dumb. But I love that it has Shredder and Krang on it. I was born in '86, so I grew up on Ninja Turtles, and I was always fascinated with Krang and Shredder, and they never made t-shirts with him and Krang on it when you grew up and were a kid, and now they finally got one. I've got two with Krang on them. Anyways, guys, thank you. That's the Sodaron stream. At least this part, you helped me figure out a couple things here. I'm going to heat up some soup. My ramen soup. I'm vegetarian, so I eat tofu stuff or soy stuff, veggie stuff. So I eat a lot of vegetable stuff. Vegetarian, obviously. But I don't know if it'll mess up my stream or not having this playing in the background. They're weird about audio, but we're trying. So anyways, I'm going to get off here and eat. Thank you, Pizza and Leon, for showing up. And if anybody, I probably missed a couple people out in chat. I probably should lie and act like I've got a lot of people in my chat. I've got like 50 people in my chat right now, but I just, I don't want to bring it up right now. So thank you, everyone out there. Thank you for everyone that's been watching the last video I put out. Again, tell your friends, follow Sodaron on Twitch. That's the main one to get followers on Twitch right now. I've got 24. Need to get 100 for the next tier of stuff. And I know I need to stream more, obviously. That's why I haven't been pushing the Twitch. I've been trying to push the Twitter mainly and YouTube, but now I'm going to try to push the Twitch. And so follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Got the Sodaron logo now, so at least we probably stand out now. I'm sure it's like something I've said before is when you stream on Twitch, I think if you've got a really good logo like that, it makes people want to watch your viewership. So like they'll hopefully look at the little logo and be like, wow, I'm interested. That's a cool looking logo. Let me see what that is. And they'll come to your channel. So I'm happy about that. Supposedly it's not completely finished yet, so the artist is still working on it. I did not do that. I commissioned that. I found a really good artist out there. Once it's done and all that, I'll probably try to help promote him too. Next thing, I probably need to get this. So bye for now. Thanks, guys. Again, I'm going to upload this to YouTube as well, so you guys can watch later. Because I read a lot of stuff that the story of Briar and stuff, a lot of people won't even spend the time to read that. So I might start doing that type of stuff, putting it on my YouTube channel. So thank you for stopping by. I'll see you later. I'm going to try to play some more here in a bit. I do need, before I play PBE, I do need to get in here.